Hello and welcome back to my craft room. It's Big Fat Diary Day. And as always, I've had a good week. I feel really positive, but as always, I'm feeling really trepidatious about that weighing I'm going to do in a minute in front of everybody. But it is what's helping to keep me on track, so that's all good. Before anything else, I just want to say thank you so much again to everybody for all of the amazing supportive comments. You can't imagine how much difference that makes to me. It's like the best ever slimming club in the world. And yeah, I really appreciate it, and all of it, not just for the support, but also for all of the tips and ideas. So everything from the simple things like, while you're waiting for the kettle to boil for your coffee, have a drink of water. I can't remember who it was who said that, but great idea. I've been doing that, so I've upped my water intake a bit, so that's good, because it just like triggers me to remember to do it. And lots of ideas for helping me to get more active, to get out and make it fun. Links to different YouTubers who do exercise videos and things. So there's one called Lucy Wyndham Reed. I will put a link to her. I really like, they're short, fun little workouts. It nearly killed me a couple of them. But you know, I think even if I can't kind of do them as she's doing them, I think the effort of trying to do them and keeping it going for as long as I can has got to help, and it will get easier. I've had a really good week. Anybody who watches regularly, who saw my recent bizarre parcel opening, they sent me this beautiful shirt with kind of good luck on my big fat diary journey. And I absolutely love this. You'll see it properly in a minute. When I promised I would wear it today. When I stand up to do my little spin before I go off and do the weigh-in, you'll see it properly. Absolutely love it. And big news of the week for me is I finally took the plunge and booked up to go to one of the amazing summer events that Bazaar runs. So this one's at the Sussex Prairie Gardens, and they have a Bhangra night. I will be there over the weekend when the Bhangra night is on, and I am just made up. I'm made up. Oh. I had a bit of a problem with lifts and things, but I found a local taxi firm to pick me up from the station, and a couple of people very kindly said they might be able to help me out with lifts and things if I need it to and from the venue. So I'm so excited about that. If anybody else is going to one of those, let me know in the comments, because it'd be lovely to say hello. Anyway, I need to be fairly quick today because John's waiting to take me over to Tom's for the day, my son Tom's for the day. But there are a couple of things I wanted to show you before the weigh-in. Let me go to the desk. These are just some things that I've bought this week, or procured this week, to kind of help me in my kind of weight loss journey. These are all things which help to add flavour without adding calories. Now, I have got 2 cupboards in my it's a small kitchen, but 2 of my cupboards are devoted to herbs, spices and other flavouring things, you know, like soy sauce and rice vinegar and things like that, you know, all of those kinds of things, fish sauce, all that stuff. I have 2 cupboards full, and they're all used. You know, I'm a big fan of things like that. But when you're cutting out on fat and other things that you like, I think it's really important to make sure your food's got lots of flavour, but without adding too much in the way of calories. So this is something I've been using for a long time, and I got a new pack because I just ran out. So I've left it inside the pack so I can show you. This is a smoke liquid. There are lots of smoked sauces and things, and smoked marinades and smoked barbecue seasonings and things like that. A lot of them will have added ingredients and things. This is just like, it's almost like there's nothing else in it. It's just kind of intensely smoky. This would actually make up to 100 litres of brine if you were just brining something. What I do is put a little bit, if I use a little empty glass bottle or jar or whatever I've got handy. A spray bottle actually would probably work really well. I might try a spray bottle this time. We use an oil spray bottle perhaps. And I dilute it down by quite a lot. A few drops of this will go like ridiculously far. It's intensely smoky. I like to stir it through, diluted, I stir it through a few drops through a tray of roasted vegetables, or vegetables ready for roasting. So now I used to like toss them in oil first, but now I just give a little spray of oil and a little bit of balsamic vinegar and a few drops of this smoked stuff diluted, and I shovel it around with my hands, and then my hands are smelling of smoke for ages after. It's extremely intense, and I got this on Amazon. It's just under a £5, and this will last me for months, and I use it a lot. Last time I think I split it with Tom. So that's really good. If you like smoky flavour things, that's really worth a try. This I didn't actually buy. This is the thing I procured rather than buy. And it's not rosemary. It's actually a butter flavour popcorn salt that Tom had, and he said, well, try it. So he looked it up and made sure it literally is just flavouring with salt. There's no calories in it or anything. So we thought, try it, because I love buttery flavours. Butter and cheese and things are one of my downfalls when I'm on a diet. And it works. I have to, it is very salty, so I have to remember if I'm going to use it not to add any other salt. But if I stir a bit into scrambled eggs, for instance, it tastes almost like I've made them with butter, whereas actually I've just used spray oil. So yeah, that's, if you like buttery flavours, this is really nice. Now Tom got a huge pot of this and bought it as popcorn salt, and it came in like a plastic bucket. He just decanted a bit into this rosemary jar. So again, there's another thing, I think he got it on Amazon. And then this one was recommended by, so there's another little recommendation from a viewer. It's been so handy, all with tips and advice. Now, who recommended this? Give us a shout in the comments. I can't remember who it was, but this is juniper gin flavouring. So I got this foodie flavours one. They're supposed to be especially good, these people. It wasn't cheap for a tiny amount of flavouring, but having said that, it's cheaper than actual gin. So, and you get this little a bottle with like a dropper thing, and it really smells intensely like gin. So the idea is that I can put a few drops of this into tonic water. And thank you very much, Granny Sue, who sent me a treat of my favourite tonic waters, Fever Tree tonic waters, which I've been a bit of a cheapskate at the moment, and I had stopped having my favourite tonics. So I've been really enjoying this. And if I put a few drops of this in a nice tonic water, actually, and put the ice in and a slice of lime or whatever as usual, it kind of, psychologically you feel like you're having the real thing, but it's a lot better for you and a lot less calories. So that's worth it if you like. I mean, it's made for putting in things like sweets and cupcakes and things like that. This is another completely calorie-free little treat I just got yesterday. Now, I got these in our local Morrison's, and I love them. I love the tins. I will for sure use the tins again as storage in my craft room. I mean, how gorgeous are they? I could just put something over this bit, couldn't I? And there was a cola one as well, and a striped thing, and there were 4 altogether. I chose these. So this is rhubarb and custard. That used to be one of my favourite sweeties, and it really smells like them. Remains to be seen how good they are when they're burning, how long they retain their scent for. But lemon drops, delicious. So that's just a nice. Sometimes it's just nice to have a nice little treat for yourself that isn't necessarily food. I'm a bit in the habit of, if I want a treat, my mind automatically goes to food. So yeah, I thought this was a good idea to try. Only trouble is, it might be that the smell makes me want the sweeties. So having said that, I've not really got much of a sweet tooth, so hopefully that won't happen. And then finally, these measuring things. Now, I looked on Amazon and there were all sorts of fancy measuring spoons and things, because I was a bit worried that I'm guesstimating a tablespoon, or I'm using my tablespoon out the kitchen drawer, and is it really what they mean when they say a tablespoon? And yeah, I saw all sorts of sets up to 40 quid, from sort of a £5 up to 40 quid. Anyway, then when I was in Morrison's yesterday, I saw this £1.50. Their nutmeg range, basic kitchen range. I mean, nothing wrong with that, is there? So that's got all the cup measures, and then there's the spoon measures. Tablespoon, teaspoon, half teaspoon, quarter teaspoon. I suppose they're more for measuring out spices, but I tend to just do a pinch and a sprinkle, But yeah, really handy. God, how cheap is that? £1.50. I can't dally about too much today. Let's go and do the weigh-in. I bought my phone, all ready to film the weigh-in. I hate this bit because I feel really positive. I haven't been out so much. My steps have varied a lot. I think the biggest one was like 12,500. The smallest one was about 400. It's not been kind of tempting weather out there, but I have done more of the kind of shorter workouts and things I've been following, but of course that's not for so long, so I don't know. I've been doing a lot of Beat Saber. I'm really Beat Saber queen at the moment. Anyway, let's not put it off any longer. Let's have the standard. Well, this is the top. So this is the top from Bazaar. Absolutely love this. Stand on tiptoe a bit. I love the bottom of it. It's kind of split at the bottom, which I really like. It's got long sleeves, but I've got them rolled up because I tend to do that. But I like that you've got the option. There's a little popper here. If this is too revealing, you can do this little popper up, which is always thoughtful. The best bit of all is this isn't even a large; it's a medium. And I have promised myself that. So part of this, like booking finally to go for one of the Bazaar summer events I've wanted to go to for years now, is as a little treat to myself and a little incentive, to think, I want to have made some progress by the time I go. I want to be able to put a nice dress on and feel nice when I go. Well, now I've had to look on their web, having had, they sent me this shirt. I had to look at the clothes on their website. Oh my God. And there are quite a few, I think amongst the dresses, tops, tunics kind of range there it reminds me a little bit in some ways of Joe Brown's. I love Joe Brown's as well, and I might treat myself to something from Joe Brown's too. I think the prices are sort of comparable, about roughly the same. Okay, so let's not put it off any longer. Let's get this done. Okay. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed, but it's only it's a pound. At least it's a pound off. It's a pound off. I had a little goal in my head that this week if I could lose another 2 this week. So I lost 3 last week, didn't I? If I could have lost 2 this week, that would have been half a stone since I started. So I'll make that my goal for next week now. Yeah, a little bit. I feel a little bit deflated. It's a little bit deflated in it, but we've got to keep going, and a pound lost is a pound lost. That's fine. If I stuck to this for 20 weeks and only lost a pound a week, that'd be £20 gone. That's a stone and a half, isn't it? So I meant to say this time, so hang on, I'm going to do a quick conversion. Just on a quick conversion, so for people who don't know, I think it's only in England we talk about stones and pounds, isn't it? So a stone is £14. So in pounds, I'm £176. Oh, that's awful. And in kilos, I'm 80. If I've worked that out right. I just did a quick conversion on Google. So I think what I'm going to do is I need to go now. Normally I edit this up and put it up straight away. I'm going to go over to Tom's now and come back later, and I might even weigh myself again a bit later. See if the news is any better. If it is, I'll pop it in here. But yeah, a pound is a pound. It's fine. That's fine. And the other thing to hang on to is the fact that I am gradually, bit by bit, changing my habits. One other useful little thing that somebody said in the comments was to remember that it takes 7 days to break a habit and 28 days to form a habit. Which, if it's right, that is encouraging, isn't it? Because even if something's really difficult to give up, if you just give it up for 7 days, you've cracked it. And if I keep on making myself do this bit of daily exercise, once I've done that, so I'm going into my 4th week now, by the end of next week, that will feel more like part of my routine. So that's a really useful thing to keep in my head as well. All these little psychological tricks. Okay, right, I'm going now. I'm not quite as I thought I would be, but I still feel generally positive. Thank you again so much for all of your tips and advice and encouragement, and best of luck to all of you who are travelling along with me on this journey. We will get there bit by bit, one step at a time. We will get there, and I'm in spirit. I'm holding your hand along the way. Shoulder to shoulder and all that. We can do it. That's it. That's all I've got to say for now. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you again next time.